What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to World of Tanks. I am back with yet another news episode for you today, and in today's episode I am going to cover our next patch, which is going to be patch 9.17.1. I do not understand why they didn't call this patch 9.18, because it is going to be fairly big patch actually. We are going to receive some changes to the tech tree, and we are also going to receive some new vehicles. Some old vehicles are going to be balanced, for example like T110E5's Commander Hatch guys finally is going to receive some tweaks and some other changes. So this patch is going to be fairly big patch. And in today's episode I'm going to cover all those changes, what they're thinking about doing, what they're actually doing already, because those changes are in the Super Test server. So most likely they are going to be here, maybe they're going to tweak it or tweak them a little bit, we'll see how this goes, but yeah, I am here to inform you while you are enjoying some gameplay action on the background, of course. So you're not going to be that bored. But anyways, let's get into the action. Now, the most interesting changes are going to be happening with a German tech tree, because German tech tree is going to receive two completely new heavy tanks. Tier 8 VK101P and Tier 9 Mäuschen. Now Mäuschen has been in the game already in the patch 9.9, I believe. They were thinking about bringing it in. It was on public test as well, but for some reason they decided to postpone it a little bit, maybe for this reason over here. But those two heavy tanks, those two new heavy tanks are going to be extremely heavily armored for Tier 8 and for Tier 9. So how this new tech tree is going to look like, you can see that from the screen. You are going to be able to get into those tanks through Tiger P. As you can see, Tiger P at Tier 7 position goes into VK101P, into Mäuschen and into Maus. They decided to do that because VK100 and Mäuschen are more similar to the Maus than the predecessors, VK4502A and VK4502B. But now guys, as you can see from the tech tree, there is yet another new Tier 10 heavy tank in the German tech tree. Panzer Kpfw VII, but let's call it Panzer VII because you know how I am pronouncing German names. So after patch 9.17.1 we are going to have three different Tier 10 heavy tanks in the German tech tree. Panzer VII, Maus and E100. And if you would like to get into the Panzer VII, you have to play with VK4502A, VK4502B, and once again you have to play with Tier 7 Tiger P. So Tiger P is going to be fairly important heavy tank from now on. So hopefully you already enjoy playing with Tiger P, because you have to do that a lot after patch 9.17.1 if you would like to get those two heavy tanks. So definitely some really interesting changes are happening with German tech tree. But let's move on into the Japanese tech tree, and from here we can see that they're thinking about doing something to the Type 4 and Type 5 heavy tank, because let's be honest over here, nobody plays with those vehicles. Wargaming knows that, and they decided to solve this problem like this. As you know, the trademark of Tier 5 to Tier 8 Japanese heavies are HE shells and guns. And we are going to give those guns to the Type 4 and Type 5 heavy as well. So that means we are going to receive some pretty nasty, devastating turb guns on Tier 9 and Tier 10 Japanese heavy tanks with amazing armor. Okay, not versus heat, but you know what I mean. My god. Oh yes, guys, this is going to be interesting. I am going to grab popcorn and I am going to enjoy my own comment section under this video. Anyways, let's move on into the USA's tech tree and let's see what is happening over here. Now, overall gameplay has changed a lot since the T28 prototype and T95 rolled out. Yes, they are super slow, but as I said about 1 week ago in my unbelievable T95's gameplay, that T95 and slow heavy or slow DDs are going to receive speed buff. And Wargaming said they lack mobility in the game of today, and we are going to give them a considerable speed boost, gearing them up for more dynamic combat. My god, fuck yeah, T95 is going to be faster than 12 kph. But how fast those tanks are going to be, or how big guns Japanese heavy tanks are going to receive, I do not know yet. We just have to wait and see, because no information in the latest Wargaming post or article. So stay tuned for more action. Of course, I'm going to keep you posted, guys. And when the public test is going to be live, you're going to see a lot of videos from the public test as well. I'm going to take a look at all those changes. But let's move on and let's take a look at balance tweaks. T110E5. T110E5's commander's cupola is near impossible to penetrate. So what they are going to do is they are going to decrease the armor protection of the commander's cupola and also armor protection of the sides behind the roller wheels, decreased from 254mm to 76.2mm. From 254 to 76.2. Bloody hell. And now Guerrilla 15 is also going to receive some nerfs. Engine power decreased from 900 HP to 850. A maximum reverse speed from 20 to 15. A reload of the 15cm gun increased from 16.5 seconds to 18 seconds. Gun depression angle is going to be decreased from -8 to -7 degrees. And also velocity, shell velocity is going to be decreased from 1350 meters per second to 1200 meters per second. So Guerrilla 15 is going to be hit pretty hard. But Guerrilla 15 most definitely needed some changes, needed some nerfs, because it is close being super OP. It is still going to be really accurate 15cm boomstick, really accurate and fast aiming time and so on, yeah, mobility nerf good, reload time nerf good, gun depression nerf good, in my opinion. So let's wait and see how these changes are going to change this tank and change the game, maybe, I don't know. Next tank that is going to be buffed is going to be T-34 85M. Yes, tier 6 premium medium tank. It is going to receive new type of ammunition, more penetration and more damage. Thumbs up. View range is going to be increased from 350 meters to 360 meters. Dispersion on hull traverse and on the move decreased from 0.24 to 0.22. And the gun's overall accuracy is going to be buffed, because dispersion decreased from 0.42 to 0.37. So pretty big difference. And aiming time is also going to be better, from 2.5 seconds to 2.2 seconds. So T-34 85M, what a tank. But now guys, finally some good news to the British medium tanks. British medium tanks have been one of the slowest medium tanks in the game for a very long time. But it is time to change, because Centurion Mark I, Centurion Mark 7.1 maximum forward speed increased from 40 to 50 kph. Thank God. And also reload time of the 20-pounder gun is going to be decreased from 8 seconds to 7.5 seconds, and reload time of the 105mm Royal gun is going to be decreased from 12 seconds to 11.2 seconds. And finally, Fe4202, tier 8 premium medium tank. If I remember correctly, in the previous patch it already received a small speed buff from 35 to 40, but now they decided to buff it again from 40 to 50. So maybe this tank is finally going to be playable. Maybe. Just maybe. So guys, as I said before, patch 9.17.1 is going to be a fairly big patch, with a lot of different changes to the existing vehicles and some new vehicles as well. What I'm most excited about is, of course, new German heavy tanks, changes to the Type 4 and Type 5 heavy tank. And I have to tell you that I really like all those rebalancing things that they decided to do to the E5, Grille 15 and British medium tanks. Thumbs up for that. And of course, the Unit 5 is going to be faster, so I don't know how fast this is going to be. I would guess that they're going to buff the speed up to 20, not faster than 20, it would be ridiculous, but we just have to wait and see. But there are also going to be some other changes, for example, damage log improvements. Finally, 9.17.1 will introduce a new setting for adjusting the width, I don't know how to pronounce this word, of the dynamic damage indicators, signaling how much damage you receive or block. These additions will make it easier to evaluate ever-changing combat situations and quickly adjust your battle plan. Vehicle comparison changes, we heard your requests to expand the list of comparable stats. So more stats when you are comparing tanks side by side. Nice change. And same goes to the tweaks to simple technical characteristics. In the patch 9.17.1 we are going to build on the simple tech characteristics display to make it more informative. So while you're in the garage, while you're watching or looking at specs, it is going to be more simple and understandable for you to understand what means what and so on, as much as I understand. Strongholds is also going to receive some changes. A brand new, more simple offensive format will replace battles for strongholds. Next up, let's talk about sound. Starting in patch 9.17.1, audio files will be available to modders. So after that, you're able to mod them how you want. You're able to personalize your sound files and so on. Maybe some awesome voiceovers. And finally, some more reworked minimaps. Training Camp, Overlord Map, Sacred Valley, Stalingrad and Fiery Salient, my favorite map. Oh, I hate you so much. Anyways, guys, I think I am done. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. Yes, so this was this is going to be patch 9.17.1. Let me know what you think about all those changes to the existing vehicles, new vehicles, changes to the tech tree and so on. If you enjoyed today's episode, thumbs up button is for that. If you didn't, thumbs down button is for that. Yes, you can click the thumbs down button as well. Feedback is feedback, guys. Comments, subscribe. Subscribing is free, helps me out. I don't know how, but maybe it does. Who knows? Anyways, I get you next time. Enjoy your day, evening, night, and bye.